Well. There was a bid. I think I might have already talked about it. No, maybe I didn't. There was a bid to pick up Amazon. Amazon had a big thing going on where they were going to offer up to $50,000. See, somebody else said it too. 50,000 jobs at a location somewhere in the country, a new location that they will set up shop at. There were several cities across the country that applied for it. I know there were a couple on the West Coast and many of them on the East Coast, including Cleveland, Chicago, New York, I think Denver, Baltimore, D.C., Metro region. Everybody in D.C. applied for it. Montgomery County, Prince George's County, and Maryland, North Virginia applied for it, in D.C. as well. So I have if you don't already know, I have the official winners. Or winner. Well, winter. I'll say. Let me explain. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. I knew I forgot something. Anyway, I was watching the news, and this thing been going for about a year now. Now there were several cities across the country applied for to get the Amazon deal. Amazon deal was going to be a real sweet deal. It was going to involve 50,000 new jobs that would be created through this deal. Amazon was going to actually get. They were offered tons of incentives by many cities that were vying for the jobs, and I think some cases upwards up to $2 billion in incentives. I like, wow. And they were saying that the average salary for Amazon people, workers, would be about $150,000 a year. I need to go apply for Amazon right now. But so anyway, the winners were because what they decided to do. They decided to split the new headquarters in two locations. And there were two winners. And I heard it was a third one that got a consolation prize in Nashville. But the main two winners were New York City, some section of New York City, I forgot where. But it's in New York, in the heart of New York, somewhere in New York City. And out here in Northern Virginia, right out here in my old stomping grounds, where I once worked at, Crystal City. So it's going to be a benefit to them, but I think people are already having reservations about it because, and I do too, because of the traffic congestion. There's already a lot of traffic congestion out here in this area anyway, and to put that right in the heart of Crystal City is going to be a nightmare. Even when they start working, let alone when they start working on construction there, because at some point they will if they expand it. Because I heard there will be expansion there. Wow. One of the criterias was locations for public transportation. Particularly, in this case, for Crystal City, right near the main metros. The metros all over around there. And the airport is like a short distance away. So that was a shoo-in. And I think that's what won them over in Crystal City. And Crystal City has been kind of an upstart location for businesses for years. So, but that's the perfect choice. I'll give them that. And I had a feeling that once they said Crystal, I said, yeah, they're going to get it. I predicted that. I said, if they don't, Crystal, they don't get it, nobody should get it. But although I will say this, now this is my take on this. East Cleveland, Ohio. And I ain't gonna say I'm gonna honestly say this. It's like a third world country over there. It used to be a very, very thriving location for blue collar workers for many, many years and middle income families. Now it's literally a ghost shell of what it once was. And It's really a shame. And I was thinking, because the fact that this Amazon deal for jobs split up in 2 locations, right down the middle, 25,000 jobs a piece in 2 locations, which is 50,000 new jobs. And if they had with all that land that's over in East Cleveland, there is a rail station right there, Woodmere. Woodmere is like a perfect location, and nearby abandoned buildings all across there, and lots, plenty of land out the ass. I mean, literally out the ass. Okay, and I think Amazon might have missed a good opportunity to be able to just take that land, cultivate it, and build all new buildings, construction, everything. Could revitalize that area. Could revitalize that complete area of East Cleveland. Could revitalize the entire city. Unfortunately, East Cleveland didn't have the resources and incentives to offer them, but the state did, and they really missed the ball on that one. I was telling my dad last night, it could have changed lives. It could have changed lives. It really could have. That's a goddamn shame. And that I am upset about. Because Amazon didn't bother to take a look at the big picture with that. Now, here's the other thing I have a problem with Amazon about. Other than the fact that it's in Crystal City and the traffic's going to be a nightmare. Just with the construction alone. It's in a location where people already have median to very high income levels over there anyway. So I'm like, what you're basically doing, you're giving them more money over there. You're putting more money to money that's already there in the first place. This I know for a fact. And I'm like, really? You put in a location where the money that already exists? And here's another thing. My old lady we just talked about it this morning, because they've been talking about it. It's been all over the news the last 2 days down here. The other thing is that, well, here, let me tell you the story first. National Harbor, okay, they had 3,000 new jobs that were going to be created as a result of the casino alone. All right, the casino that opened up 2016. Matter of fact, National Harbor MGM. Come to find out that many of those 3,000 jobs that came that were there, or that were quote unquote created, were already outsourced from people from other areas. Yeah. So we got to talking about that, right? And my wife was saying, you know what? This might be the same deal. Reason being, because and I thought about that, especially in this area, because of the proximity of both the metro, which would provide people access to the rail stations and all of that. I'm talking about like Amtrak or something. And the airport, that there's a good chance that many of these people might be transients. And I'm talking about, when I say transients, I'm talking about people who would, big name people, or big wig people who would be flying in or catching the train through Amtrak and then getting on the metro to get over to the Crystal City location. Considering the fact that the average salary would be $150,000 a year. Think about it. Really, this is advantageous for 25,000 people who, and many of them that may be coming from out of town, they go to work out here a couple of days a week. So not everybody will probably be getting those jobs. The only jobs that probably be provided down there is probably for people who would be doing deliveries and stuff like that, or people who will be working in like the different offices here. And those other jobs might be slated for people who already don't live here. Because I thought about that. I said, you know what? That's a good point. Because I do know that they did outsource many of those jobs at the MGM Hotel. This is a known fact. And this issue might not be much different. Like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that it's bringing more business revenue out here. There were also things where people were saying that they thought that the little people might be cut out of, might get pushed out of businesses altogether. That happened a long time ago. That happened decades ago. Think about it. Walmart, Target, those the big box stores, including Amazon alone, have already pushed many of them out. But then again, you got a lot of small business companies who actually sell through Amazon and eBay. I even sold through eBay. I made $1,500 off of eBay, and I sold only 7 items. You know, so I might start that back up. I got some things I'm thinking about selling myself on eBay. And I might start back real soon. I'm kind of in debate about it, but I might. Who knows? But like I said, the Amazon deal is a good deal. Sort of. I know it's going to create a ton of jobs, but it's supposed to create some 25,000 jobs within the next decade or so. They already have offices they've already bought. Eventually, they're going to be setting up shop for, and they're going to be building more. They're going to be expanding it. They're going to rename Crystal City, that immediate area, a part of Crystal City and Alexandria, Arlington. They're going to rename it National Landing. So all of that's coming soon. But like they say, we shall see, and time will do tell. This is DJ Wolf, and I'm out.